Good morning. It's Monday. Well, no, it's not Monday. Today is Tuesday. It feels like Monday, but today is Tuesday, July 5th. It's the day after the 4th of July, which was a Monday. So I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. And so thank you for joining us here on Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Tony Rail Sutherland, and with me is Dr. Amy Tan, who is the Dean of HCC's English and Communications. Good morning, Dr. Tan.
Good morning.
Good morning. And how was your 4th of July?
Oh, it was lovely, relaxing, a little bit of friends and family, not too stressful. How about you?
Yes, and we even made it to see fireworks at the end. So that was over here in Sugar Land. So that was beautiful. Very, very, very nice. So, okay, let's continue on with our show. Now, tell everybody how they can find us and follow us. Please.
Yeah, we're so glad you're joining us today. And you can always find us live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube. That's not HCC. You have to look for Houston Community College District. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, very good. So now you know where to find us. Today, we welcome an HCC student who will be a presenter at the upcoming Mental Health Matters Luncheon. She is Nicole Kwan, and she will be a presenter for the NAMI Mental Health 101 session. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Everyone.
Hi there. Well, now, we'll talk in about 10 minutes, but first, we're going to turn the show over to Amy, who is going to talk to a program coordinator who is Dr. Staci Willis about HCC's Anthropology Department. So take it away, Amy.
Thanks so much. Staci, we're so happy to have you. I should say Dr. Willis, the Anthropology Program Coordinator here at HCC's Department of Anthropology, Geography, and GIS. So welcome to the show. Before we get into the overall program, we want to hear about your specialization.
I am an anthropologist. Specifically, I am an archaeologist, which not a lot of people know that archaeology in North America is one of the 4 fields of anthropology. And even more specifically, I am a nautical archaeologist. So I study shipwrecks, primarily ancient shipwrecks of the Mediterranean. So, some 2,000 years old and older. So that's my particular area of specialty.
That sounds super cool. And I see that you're looking at shipwrecks from Italy, Spain, Albania, Sri Lanka. I mean, it's just thrilling. And so can you tell us a little bit, what kind of classes would our students take?
Anthropology offers, or the Anthropology Program offers a wide range of introductory courses in anthropology. So you can take a class in pretty much every field, not all, but pretty much every one. So we have physical anthropology classes, cultural anthropology, archaeology, as well as if you're just kind of curious about what anthropology is, the great course for you to start with is general anthropology, which is going to cover all of the different fields.
So that's a perfect introduction. So can you tell us a little bit about how COVID has changed your instruction practices in the field of archaeology and anthropology?
Yeah. So of course, whenever COVID hit, all of us were scrambling, right? All of us had to come up with innovative ways to teach in that online setting. And what the anthropology program did was to really think outside the box but also follow the examples of other teachers and educators that have been thinking about how to maximize that online space. So one of the things that we did as a program we're really proud of is that we transitioned our physical anthropology lab, that 5th class I didn't mention just a second ago, from a face-to-face only class to also being offered as a synchronous online class. So now our degree is completely 100% online. You can complete all of the requirements for the associates of arts in anthropology. You can complete it all online with that synchronous online class. So now me personally, I took the opportunity over the pandemic, over kind of fall of 2020, as I was prepping my classes then, to experiment with what's known as a flipped classroom. And for those that aren't, kind of in depth in pedagogical terms, ultimately what that means is that my students watch or read the lecture outside of class on their own. And then during class time, we play games, we do activities, we do worksheets, we do a lot of review. So it's a way to practice the material while they've consumed the content of it on their own outside of class. So that was one thing that I experimented with the synchronous online space. And then I've actually incorporated it now back into my face-to-face classes. I'm kind of sold on this format, and I don't think I'm ever going back to lecturing in the classroom space. So those are some of the things that I think that even though COVID was hard, right? And it was tough for all of us, but in some ways it really pushed us. And I think we were able to learn, adapt, and improve on what we already had.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm with you on the flipped classroom and the concept of really putting, creative active learning opportunities for students. And I'm with you. I know that the term flipped classroom can sometimes have, people they don't understand it entirely, or they want to run away from it. But I have seen some really incredible flipped classrooms and activities. So are you getting a pretty good feedback from your students who are taking your classes in these new formats?
I am so far. I mean, they don't ever remember the term flipped. But at the end of the semester, they always will say, I don't remember what you called this, but this worked so well for me. So I've had a lot of positive feedback from students who really appreciated being able to take the time to go through the content at their own pace, that they didn't just have to do like an hour of listening to me in the classroom and then that was it. Nope, they can go and rewatch those videos again and again. They can watch them in 15-minute chunks. They can, come back to them over the course of the semester. And they really appreciated being able to kind of go at their own pace and then have that space with their students, with their fellow classmates, with the other students to practice it, to learn from each other. So I've had a lot of positive feedback from students on this style. So one of the reasons why, like I said, I'm sold on it.
A real benefit of being forced to innovate quickly, for sure. I mean, and it's the students and the faculty, but the students who are winning and gaining from these new innovations. Well, it's wonderful to hear about. Can you tell us a little bit about your own archaeology experiments?
Yeah. So, I mean, as an archaeologist, one of my favorite classes to teach is, of course, the archaeology course. And I've tried to think of ways to make it, especially my asynchronous online course, to make it innovative, make it engaging. I've got a lot of show and tell where they learn about like ceramics, and then they have to like find something ceramic in their house and apply all that new terminology to that object and then share it with their classmates. But one of the other things I've been doing is what's known, once again, pedagogically as an unessay, where instead of writing a research paper, students have very few boundaries. Ultimately, they just have to research a topic related to archaeology and then present it to their classmates. So I have a lot of students that do what's known as experimental archaeology, where they recreate an object from the past. Or they recreate, I've got a lot of food projects, recreating some food from the past. I even had one student who recreated hairstyles on a model. She had a friend volunteer and she did an ancient Roman technique of sewing up the hair into those elaborate hairstyles that you see in statuary from that period. So I've had a lot of really engaged projects. And I just think it's amazing, whenever you unleash students' creativity, what they will bring to bear on something, to be able to engage their skills that they already have and apply it to something that they're interested in. So that's been a lot of fun. And it's a blast for me to grade at the end of the semester too. So
really rewarding for you, rewarding for the students. It's just wonderful to see how they're able to participate in their own learning and become co-creators of the curriculum with you, which is open pedagogy and one of my favorite approaches to the classroom. This has all been wonderful. We really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today. So thank you, Dr. Staci Willis, Anthropology Program Coordinator, HCC Department of Anthropology, Geography, and GIS. And we'll have all your info in our post after the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very interesting. Sounds very exciting. Okay, well, now we're going to move on to Nicole Kwan. She's an HCC student and a presenter at the upcoming National Alliance of Mental Issues Luncheon called Mental Health 101. Thanks for joining us, Nicole.
So much for having me. I'm so sorry.
No, you know, that button, turning it on and off, sometimes it's like, where is it? I forget, it's, and I forget, and I do it all the time. So anyways, we're going to get to NAMI and what that's all about. And I can't wait for you to tell us about it. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're presenting and everything. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Nicole, and I am a sophomore here at HCC. I'm also a mental health advocate, and I have been facilitating some peer-led support groups through NAMI for a few years now. I'm very excited to be on the show and just talk about the upcoming NAMI 101 presentation at HCC.
Okay, very good. So now, what is NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness? They got a whole lot of programs. I was looking at a flyer, and there's just an enormous amount of work that they do. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that they do.
Yeah, so a little bit of history. So NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is a grassroots and mental health-oriented nonprofit founded back in 1988. NAMI Greater Houston specifically is one of the local affiliates under NAMI. NAMI supports and advocates for people with lived experience and their family members through the lenses of support, education, and advocacy. There are peer-led support groups for people to share their mental health journeys. There are educational programs for peers, families, veterans, and mental health service providers. There are also presentations and workshop engagements for schools, hospitals, and businesses, and those are all for free for people to attend and to participate. Additionally, people can reach out to the C Center, which is short for Support, Education, and Advocacy. C Center for resources on housing, employment, LGBTQ assistance, and so on. So there's like a good resource bank there.
Sounds good. I saw some things like NAMI in the lobby. What is that?
NAMI in the lobby is people just going to hospitals to just present and basically share some basic info on mental health and then try to get people engaged in the mental health advocacy. So there's like, it's always about starting a conversation. So it's basically people going out to the world, talking to people, and then hopefully they can be more open and more non-judgmental towards mental health.
Oh, neat. Okay. Now, you're going to present at the Mental Health 101, and that's one of the different things that it talks about in the flyer. So tell me, what exactly is that? And you're going to present in it, so you can tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be one of the presenters at the presentation. So NAMI 101 basically goes over mental health stigma, warning signs, common mental health disorders, different types of mental health professionals, and ways to respond to people who are in a crisis. They're also a presenter, which is me, who is in recovery, to share about their journey, coping skills, and network of support. So basically just kind of a real person sharing that recovery is possible. And then the presentation will also talk about self-care and emphasize that, yes, it's important to support our loved ones, but it's equally important to care for ourselves and honor our vulnerabilities.
Excellent. And, I saw somewhere where there are like 48%, maybe I'm wrong on the number, but there's a lot of people who have or been diagnosed with mental health issues. What are some types of mental health that, we may or may not think of it as mental health that we might be looking for? Do you know?
Mental health in terms of disorders or?
Yeah. When, there's early warnings. I know that in fact, I think one of your programs talks about how to watch for early warnings. So what are some things that we can watch for?
Yeah, so some early warning signs would be like withdrawals from like socializing with your friends, families. So basically just isolating yourself and maybe not eating well, not sleeping well, or just sleeping too much or eating too much. And other warning signs would be like you just expressing that you just feel like really tired and you just don't want to wake up tomorrow. And like words like that would be like some of the warning signs of like, oh, maybe I should check in that person.
Okay, very good. And I know that we're going to have the mental health 101 at the HCC campus. Can you tell us when that is and where people have to go, and do you have to register or anything?
Yeah, I'm very excited that NAMI is partnering up with the HCC Counseling Department. And so there are two presenters. There's Angelina Hudson, the Executive Director of NAMI Greater Houston. And then the time and date would be Thursday, which would be next Thursday, July the 14th from noon to 1:30 p.m. is online on Zoom, and the event is open to all HCC students, faculties, and staff. And if you want to learn more about a presentation, you can find event details on the HCC counseling page under the support services. And then if you want to register, you can just sign up through the link that's provided there as well.
And I know that there's the family of those who are in support also needs help. How does NAMI help them?
So we have NAMI Family to Family, which is an educational program led by family members who have loved ones that are experiencing mental health or in recovery of mental health issues. So, and then we also have a support group specifically for families. So it's different from an educational program, which will go over like different chapters like self-care and how to basically how to communicate with your loved ones. And then there are also support groups, which is more like processing groups, talking about your weekly, like how your day goes, how your week goes, and just basically there to support each other. So there's like slight difference, but we definitely have programs to support families as well.
That's wonderful. Now, how has NAMI Greater Houston helped the youth here in Houston and young adults? There's special things they've done?
Yeah, so NAMI Greater Houston just hired a new staff to work on increasing mental health awareness on college campuses. So basically that person will reach out to different colleges and talk to their administrations on kind of just creating a NAMI club on campus so more people could join the club, and then just there's like a destination for them to socialize and just talk to people, learn more about mental health. And then NAMI is also working with a few high school students to focus on youth and young adults engagement in the mental health communities. And that is specifically in the Fort Bend areas. I think there are a few more areas as well, but I think the Fort Bend one is more established.
Wonderful. Now, how can we raise mental health awareness in our community? What can we do? People like me and whoever else?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think raising mental health awareness definitely starts within our inner circles, like just checking in with your friends and families regularly, sharing self-care tips, and maybe just like doing meditations with your friends and stuff. So basically just care for your loved ones. And other ways to raise mental health awareness could be volunteering with nonprofits like NAMI, learning more about mental health related policies, and honestly just being open, non-judgmental, and like joining educational presentations like NAMI Mental Health 101.
That sounds wonderful. Well, this is a very much needed program, and we really appreciate it. And we appreciate you helping us understand more about this and being a presenter. So thank you, Nicole Kwan. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, this was Nicole Kwan. She is an HCC student and presenter at the upcoming National Alliance of Mental Health Issues luncheon called Mental Health 101. So if you want to go to that, which is a very good idea, we'll have information about that in our post after the show. So thank you, Nicole. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to go back to Amy and myself again. We're going to tell you about some other news and events and announcements that are happening here at HCC. One of the things we want to talk about is that we want to congratulate Matias Garza. He has been appointed as HCC's Associate Vice Chancellor of Systems Operations, and it's effective July 16th. So that's right around the corner. Dr. Michael Edwards, being named president of Northeast College, created a vacancy in this position of Garza's that is critical to advancing priority projects and activities for the Office of the Chancellor. And the Chancellor, Dr. Cesar Maldonado, says that Garza is a proven leader with an established record of achievement, implementation of programs, policies, and collaborations to support student success. He also has broad experience with both credit and non-credit workforce and personal enrichment programs. He also provided outstanding leadership and service as interim president of the Southeast College. So he is he's coming to us with lots and lots of experience, and we really appreciate him and we congratulate him for that position. Okay, Amy, what else we got going on?
So we want to let you know about some work-study job fairs. The financial aid will be hosting on-campus work-study and path to profession job fairs July 18 through the 21st at Central, West Loop, and the West Houston Institute campuses. Eligible students are encouraged to attend. Path to Profession will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday, July 18th. That's at HCC Central Campus. Traditional Work Study will be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, July 19th through the 21st. That's going to be at Central, West Loop, and the West Houston Institute. And look at the link for more info after the show.
Yes. And Spring 2022 Media Arts Student Showcase. That is also open, and they got some great things to see. So, and it includes student projects from filmmaking, audio recording technology, and music business programs. So be sure and check that out. It's on YouTube, and it'll be there through August 15th. And we'll have information about that in our post after the show also.
And get your degree for free. Eagle Promise is back. The HCC Eagle Promise program offers qualifying students money to cover tuition, fees, and books each semester. So don't wait. Apply today and look for that link in the post after the show.
And you can make a difference. Give a foundation donation. You can invest in Houston's future and support HCC student success by visiting the HCC Foundation page and donating what you can. There are countless examples of students who have graduated and moved on to brighter futures because of such generous support from our faculty and staff, and we really, really appreciate that. Our director, Nathan has done so many stories, student success stories, and those are only just the tip of the iceberg. The things that, the futures that are given to so many students because of your donation is endless and very worthwhile. We really appreciate it. Also, we have registration, of course. We've got to tell you about that. There's still some summer classes you can sign up for, the shorter ones, but fall registration is coming up. You want to tell us a little bit about it, Amy?
Yeah, so if you are still looking for summer classes, you're not too late. You can still register. We have classes, 5-week sessions. You can get a full 3 credit hour class in that 5-week session. And those classes are going to start on Monday, which I think is the 11th. So somebody double check me there. July 11th. And for, if you're, we're hoping you'll also go ahead and enroll in your fall classes. Don't wait. Make sure you get the schedule that you want and the modality that you want, because we're still offering classes online anytime. We're offering online and on a schedule, hybrid, in person, our hybrid labs. So be sure to go to hccs.edu/apply and get your schedule set.
Absolutely. Don't wait. Up next, we continue to welcome our summer guest hosts and co-hosts like Amy here. And tomorrow, Sharday Campbell will take the reins as host, but I'll be there too as a co-host. And then I'll be back Thursday as a host. Yes, it's musical chairs, but
that
way you get to see all different kinds of personalities. It makes it more fun. What else do we have later this week, Amy?
So later this week, we have Randy Ramsey of SWAMP, the Southwest Alternate Media Project, and he will return for Film Friday.
Excellent. Well, we thank you for being on the show, Amy, and we thank everybody else for joining us. We'll keep you up to date with the latest in community and college news. So we will see you next time on Up to the Minute.